New Economics Foundation, I don't know if you've seen their stuff. It's looking at, human capital rather than just financial capital, and it measures happiness. They call it the happiness index. And top of the league is Costa Rica. And Costa Rica has got some distinctive qualities. One, they beat Scotland in the World Cup, which is probably the start of their elevation towards happiness. Although then they found out that even the Faroe Islands almost did that, so that doesn't really count. But what they have in Costa Rica is an amazing sense of collaboration between people. Because if urbanisation is going to be something that becomes very, very important in human consciousness, then cities are going to become very important brands. Because at the moment it's national brands, but what's happening in America, what's happening in China, what's happening in Brazil, are some of the cities now are becoming bigger brands than the nations themselves. Let me just talk about collaboration, because there are collaborations that are quite imaginative all over the world. And there are some in Britain. If you think about Marks & Spencer and the Network Rail, have Marks & Spencer's enhanced the shopping experience at British railway stations? Yes, they have. And we need to start celebrating that and making sure that that culture, that incredible vibrancy that is brought to the city for 4 weeks in the year exists throughout the year, and that we're doing it. And we capitalise on these opportunities.
What's really impressed me is the ability to bring together people from all different parts of the local community, connect them with businesses, with the voluntary sector, and really generate that shared ambition, that passion for change and improvement, and a belief that together we can build a strong, resilient community.
Why do all the front end stuff if you don't get the engine, the back engine right? And can people be happy at work? Yes, they can. Because you can create a work environment in which people are happier. In fact, you can remind them when they come into to work in the morning that they're happier, because the messaging could be just right.
I would definitely be interested in speaking to them again, just because it's nice to speak to positive people. I mean, that alone, just coming here this morning has put me, not that I was in a bad mood, but it's put me in a good mood for the rest of the day. It's just nice to talk to, it's nice to know that there are people in Edinburgh who are trying to be more positive at work.
I study the future because I always want to be preparing for the future. By the year 2030, China is going to have 221 cities, each with a population of over 1 million people. I was at Inverclyde Council a few weeks ago, and I said to this guy, is Greenock twinned with anywhere? And he says, no, but we've got a suicide pact with Dundee. We have young people, because I see a lot of 5 to 10-year-olds who are incredibly enthused. They love learning. Every day is an opportunity for them to get new learning crammed into their heads. They like to express themselves with paints and colours. They like to talk a lot. And if you ask them a question, you will get an answer in 30 different ways. And it teaches you that what you have above all else is resourcefulness. Now, here's the big question. Yes, we've got cuts. Yes, we're facing economic decline. Yes, we're facing difficulty. Yes, we're facing challenges. But actually, let's flip that around and say, this is a great opportunity. I used to go to a newsagent every Sunday morning to get my Scotland Sunday and my Observer. And I said to this woman behind the counter, how are you doing? Every Sunday morning she said, it could be worse and I could be deed. You think, only in Scotland would having a pulse be seen as a victory, a triumph of the day.
Mike's a very natural communicator, and by that I mean that he can reach different parts of the audience. He can create messages that are relevant to people from all walks of life, people from all age groups. He's just a natural at being able to get the message across.
Mike Stevenson's certainly one of the most inspirational and motivational speakers I've ever had the pleasure to work with. I've certainly found his enthusiasm has no bounds. He motivates an audience, he brings them all together, and then they actually leave, having listened to him speak, feeling positive and ready for change.
I think people go away after hearing Mike and they feel really enthused and excited about doing something with the messages that he's been getting across and they've been taking away.
He has a vision to look at what's needed in a group of people, getting them to work together, getting them to be enthusiastic and getting them to be motivational with each other, which produces great results.